Small-town football is alive and well in Okeene as the Whippets have whipped up on all four of their opponents so far this season.
It's a great place to be a football coach and to live, and you know, this community really takes care of their kids, and not only in the classroom but on the fields, courts, and it's a good place to be.
Coach Wardlaw cares about all his kids on the team, but especially his sophomore son Brock and his senior son Brady.
It's really a special thing. Coaching one of them is one thing, and then coaching two, and I've got a third one too in 7th grade. So it's really something that has really kept me motivated to stay in it and to come to work every day and get after it. So far, and I don't see it changing. It's been a pretty special deal at home too.
And nothing would make the Wardlaws and Okeene fans more happy than to hold up a state championship trophy come December.
I like it, but there's pressure sometimes. You gotta get used to it. It's fun though.
Another team that has had fun so far this season is the 3-0 Westmore Jaguars. Had two undefeated teams, Okeene at Pawnee. Whippet quarterback Brady Wardlaw passed for over 200 yards and a pair of scores, that one to Drew Westfall, while rushing for another. He also picked off a pass on defense. Okeene will now play another unbeaten Washington in the round of 4.
This is great.
The Class A teams in the state had a busy week playing their semifinal games on Monday night and then turning around for their championship contest on Saturday.
Okeene took out unbeaten Washington on Monday night thanks to Brady Wardlaw's touchdown pass to Drew Westfall. Okeene moved on with the 34-7 win. Velma Alma found their way to the final on the other side of the bracket when John Hensley's touchdown run went right up the middle. Velma Alma 27, Crescent 7.
3 years. Class A semifinals. Dennis McRae's Washington Warriors trying to stay perfect on the season and advance to the final. They were taking on Okeene, and the Whippets made several key plays tonight. Up 7-0 when Okeene blocked the punt by James Winchester, tipped and caught in the end zone by John Peters for the touchdown. Then Okeene went back to the offense to score. Brady Wardlaw to Drew Westfall for the touchdown. Okeene up 20-0, and they win it easy. Kind of a surprising game tonight. Okeene wins it 34-7. They advance on to the Class A state championship game. Bobby.
That set up a battle of unbeatens in the championship game. Okeene coach Jeff Wardlaw watched as the Comets got on the scoreboard first in the second quarter. Freshman Trenton Files went right up the middle for the score, and Velma Alma had a 7-0 lead. Okeene answered when Brady Wardlaw connected with Drew Westfall, who made the great catch down the sideline, and then he carried a couple of Comets inside the 5-yard line. Wardlaw then hit Taylor Hooper for the touchdown, and the game was tied at 7 at halftime. Okeene took the lead in the third quarter when Wardlaw heaved a pass into the end zone on 4th down. Once again, Westfall came down with the ball, and the Whippets had their first lead of the game at 14-7. Back came the Comets. Kyle Palakal found the freshman over the middle. The sweet catch by Files set up Palakal's touchdown run, and the game was tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. Okeene got the go-ahead touchdown. When Wardlaw looked into the end zone, he couldn't find anyone open, so the senior scrambled until he found a crease. That's when he got flipped into the end zone with what turned out to be the winning score. Jacob Parrish kicked a crucial field goal late for the final 10-point Whippet win. That gave them their second football state championship in school history. The first one came in 1981.
That's awesome. Best feeling in the world. We worked so hard this year. We played an outstanding game. Everybody did a great job. It was awesome. It's perfect. Perfect. That's what we said at the beginning of the year. One of the goals is be perfect. So that's what happened. It was great.
These bunch of guys, they're amazing. They just never quit. They work so hard, and God, I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of them, and they, you know, Velma's a great team, and their coaching staff does a great job. My hat's off to them, but I'm so proud of those Whippets right now.
Well, Mother Nature's fury delaying the state title games only so long, John. This week, we did crown champions. Take a look at who won the gold ball this week. We start in Class C. Oh, there you see the gold ball. Shattuck wins Class C. Morrison wins Class B and Class A. The Okeene Whippets complete a magical run through maybe the state's most wide-open class. They beat Velma Alma Saturday night in Class 3, it was Claremore's
state championship in their first since 1992. And an A boys, Okeene against Beaver. Grady Wardlaw gets the rebound and putback. He had 22 points and 9 rebounds for Okeene. And then Winston Brown scores inside and gets fouled. He had 10.6 rebounds. Okeene wins at 51-46, their first ever state title.
It was a great team effort. Everybody played probably their best game. I feel like it was one of our best games all year, and that's what needs to happen in the final game of our careers. It was just awesome.
Oklahoma State's men's.
Hey, check it out. Curtis Fitzpatrick at the Class A boys game today between Okeene and Beaver. The Whippets, Winston Brown gives Okeene the late lead. Beaver trying to come back. Josh Malone from deep, but it's not enough. Whippets win 51-46. Okeene wins the football and basketball title in the same year.
And they just kept fighting and got a few steals and a few boards, and they just weren't willing to quit and give in, and that's what made the difference probably.
Sackman.
Okeene High School calls its sports teams the Whippets, which are medium-sized racing dogs similar to greyhounds. And this season, those dogs have learned how to run. The Whippets won the Class A football title in the fall, and tonight they try to become the first small school in state history to win the boys basketball title as well. Let's head to the big house where Okeene battled Beaver for the Class A title. First half, Okeene's Drew Westfall 3-ball splashes home. Whippets sprint out to a 7-zip lead. Second half, Beaver trying to get back in it. Josh Malone hits a 3, but the Whippets hit their free throws late and win the Class A title. And a handshake from Chris Paul right there with a 51-46 victory. Here's the nightcap, the Class B boys.
Next up was the Class A boys state final. Drew Westfall had a fabulous state tournament for the Okeene boys as they were trying to double as the academic state champs. Come to think of it, the Whippets also won this year's football state championship behind quarterback Brady Wardlaw. He had 22 points and 9 rebounds from his point guard position in this game. 6'8" Winston Brown got the bucket and foul late when the game was tied to give the Whippets their first ever basketball gold ball.
It feels wonderful. I mean, being able to, write some school history by getting our first basketball championship ever, and then getting football in the same year, it's great because now we're with the elite. Because I think there's only like 8 other teams that have been able to do that, and it just feels great to be one of those teams.
It feels awesome. That's what every guy wants to do when they start coaching is get a chance to play here, one, and then to come away with that gold ball. And I'm just very blessed that I've got kids like these guys that will fight and scratch and claw the whole time.
Last week, 1-2. The Class A boys champs are the Okeene boys. The Whippets also won the gold ball on the court. The Sayre girls won the